These thoughts up in my head, things I never did. I took some L's, but I'm still here. I got these thoughts up in my head. I toss and turn about some things I never said. I got regrets about some things I never did. I took some risks and took some L's, but I'm still here. And I know.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Overthinking Thoughts Pod, where, as always, we keep our faith in a world full of chaos. Woo. We are in the holiday season. Some of y'all probably last minute shopping. I am one of them. But we're here, and it's cold. It's snowing right now from what I can see out the window. I don't know what it looks like where you are, but overall, I hope that things are going well for you. Let's see. What has happened? The kids are on break. I'm on break. The wife's on break. So everybody's home, which is great. I plan on seeing family soon. I hope that you guys are going to be able to go out and see people as well and try to connect as much as you can. I know the seasons can be a little hard, especially for a lot of people during this time, but you know, we're going to do our best to get through, trust God through everything, and try to enjoy this season and bring in the new year in a good way. So cool. If you are new here, welcome to the podcast. The premise is simple. We try to keep our faith in a world full of chaos. There are so many things that are happening around us. People who struggle with anxiety, depression, thoughts of not being here anymore, worry, anxious worry, all those types of things. We try to navigate, find topics that will work, and do our best to navigate through the power of Jesus Christ, and just continue to keep our faith through everything that's going on. If you are returning, if you've been rocking with me since day one, or you've joined at some point and you are still here, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Obviously, with everything that's about to happen with this quote unquote TikTok ban, we got to find other ways to be creative, which is why you can find me in different places. So my podcast streams on Spotify, also on Apple Music, and I also believe YouTube Music. I think I need to check it. I haven't. It's been bad. I will check it. But Spotify for sure, Apple Podcasts for sure. Those are like top two, and I believe YouTube Music. Of course, you can catch the videos on YouTube, so make sure you subscribe to the channel at Overthinking Thoughts Pod. Please, please, please. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, you can find me on the social medias as of right now. We're on TikTok at Overthinking Thoughts Pod, and also Instagram at Overthinking Thoughts Pod. If TikTok goes down, then it will just mainly be Instagram. And then I just discovered Lemonade, which is through TikTok. So I guess that's like I don't know if that's like the substitute for it or whatever, but I don't know. But I'm there too. So link in bio, all that good stuff. Okay, so as we're getting ready to, wait. You see the shirt. This is from the Urban Royalty brand. They got this shirt. They got a Miss Claus shirt. They have shirts for those who, what's the best way I can say this? Like to be festive. Just go to the website. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's theurbanroyaltybrand.com. That is ran by my brother and good friend, Avi the Great, better known as Fo Metcalf. You can also find us you can find the Urban Royalty brand on Instagram as well. I'll be sure to put it in the video somewhere in here, but you will get it. So yeah, look at Santa. And he got the grill, he got the chain, the Merry Christmas down here. I don't know if you can you see it? I hope you can see it. If not, go to the website. You'll see it better in person, but I'll be putting that on though. Okay. Let's get to the topic at hand. So one of the things that I've been thinking about the most, I've been having these conversations with people and just looking at where they are in life, what we're doing in life, what we're trying to achieve, what we're trying to accomplish. And a lot of us are already canceling ourselves out before we even make it to the next step. And so I really want to talk about giving yourself a chance. Giving yourself a chance to be great, giving yourself a chance to go after what it is you want to accomplish, giving yourself a chance to achieve the dreams that you have, break generational curses, all those things. One of the things I think is an issue is that we tend to believe our lies more than we believe the actual truth. We are so powerful in the sense of we can talk ourselves out of amazing situations because we will allow the doubt to overshadow who we actually are. We'll allow the doubt to erase our strengths, to erase our crafts, to erase our passions, because it's easier to fall into doubt than it is to go after something where you have to work hard, right? And the problem is that you're wondering why you're not achieving, you're wondering why you're not getting to the next step, and a lot of it is because you're in a mental warfare with yourself. You're battling yourself and you become your own worst enemy, and you don't allow yourself to go out and actually be great. At some point you have to look at yourself and wonder, if I'm putting all this energy into the negative side of things, what happens if I take that energy and put it into something positive and really prosper into the greatness of what I said I was going to become, especially when you're made in God's image. So if you are sitting there telling yourself that you're not going to make it, it's almost as if you're looking at God and being like, you don't really know who I am. You have no clue of what I'm doing, and there's no way that you can tell me that, I'm going to make it through. And I'd have to sit back and ask you, are you sure that that's what you want to say to him? Or are you tripping? So I really think it's something to think about. And I mean, we see it every single day. There's moments in life where we have this dream, we have this goal, we have this vision, and we're extremely motivated to do it. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, comes this small voice that says, I don't know if it's meant for me. And then that small voice gets louder and louder and louder. And next thing you know, it drowns out the voice that's saying, yeah, I'm nervous, but we're going to make it through. You quit paying attention to that person and you start listening to this negative side of things, and it takes you away from everything you wanted to do. Then you're watching all these other people who are achieving at a high rate, not seeing all the work that they've been through, not seeing all the sacrifice they've been through, but they still made it through. And you're telling yourself, oh man, they're better than me. I can never make it. Why are you so negative to yourself? Why do you bully you? Like, where in life did you decide that it was okay to be disrespectful towards yourself? You will be nice to everybody else. You will give them advice. You'll give them encouragement. You'll give them strength. You'll make them feel like they're the best thing in the world. They look at you and they're like, oh man, like you're so positive. You're so inspirational. And then you'll go home and all of that positivity you gave to everybody else, you don't even put that in your life. You don't even speak life into you. You're speaking death before you even start. Why are you such a bully to you? Why can't you be an encourager to yourself? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with putting yourself out there and saying, you know what, I am going to be good? Some days you got to encourage yourself and you got to look in the mirror and be like, maybe I don't feel like it today. Maybe I do feel down. Maybe I do feel depressed. Maybe I am anxious about things, but you know what? I'm going to go through it anyway. And the reason why I know I can get through it and the reason why I know that I'm going to make it is because God told me to be strong and courageous. God knows the plans. God's going to give me the armor I need to get through whatever warfare I'm dealing with. And at the end of the day, if I keep God first in what I do, and I strive to be the best that I can, and I'm going after what I believe truly in my heart is what I need to do, and I feel like it's what God gave me. If it's meant for me, nobody's taking that away. If it wasn't meant for me, somewhere along the lines, I'm going to see the road I need to take. Because if I'm moving with good intention and I'm moving with God in my heart, He's going to direct my path. And how do I know that? It's in the Word. So maybe you need to get into yours. I don't know why we think so negative of ourselves. I feel like, well, I mean, okay, I get it. I've been in this situation and I've had these moments where like you look at everybody else and you do the comparison game. You start comparing what you do to what other people do. You start saying, well, I'm really not that great at what they do. And because they can do it so well, there's no way that I can do it. And it's like, are you like, did you try? Like, did you give yourself a chance to even be great? I don't know. Like, why would you cancel yourself out when you are probably the best option? Sometimes the things that are given to you, as difficult as they seem, as much as you're thinking like, I don't know if it's really what I can do, everybody else that you're comparing yourself to is looking at you and being like, you'll actually be the best person to do it. And the worst part about it is you'll be the only one that doesn't believe it. Why are we so mean to ourselves? Especially like getting ready to move into the new year. I don't know what's gonna happen next, but like I don't want to spend the rest of my life on earth, however long that is, being negative to myself and then get to the point where I see God face to face and he's like, I gave you all of this stuff and you did nothing with it. Why did you not believe? I don't know. I mean, it's something we definitely need to think about. And I think some of us get this way because we don't have a good support system, right? Like you're finding people that are unequally yoked. You're finding people that would rather laugh at you when you try to go after something than to encourage you in the midst of trying. And that can be difficult because I know a lot of people need that extra push of being able to look back and know that they have a support system that's going to allow them to make it. And if you don't have full support, if you don't have that safety net, then yeah, you're gonna fall and it's gonna hurt. And a lot of times when people fall and they don't have people to reach out to, it is very hard to get back up. Um, but I'm here to tell you, you have to anyway. There is a generation of folks that are paying real close attention to what we're doing right now. And how we navigate these next few months, next few years is going to be vital to what they do. How we handle certain situations, how we go after certain opportunities, how we stand in the midst of controversy or confusion or confliction and still have strong enough faith to say, you know what, I'm still going to get through those things. We might just be able to spark a generation of go-getters, a generation of folks who are on fire for Christ and are willing to go after what it is that's put in their heart. But if we quit, if we decide that we're not good enough, if we decide that we can't make it, then what does that say to the next group of folks that are watching us? What's the blueprint that they're going to follow? What are the footsteps they're going to see? So it's like I always tell when I was coaching, I used to always tell my basketball players, like, look, man, you guys are so worried about how many points you're going to score. You're so worried about, what you look like on the court, what your shoes look like, how the jersey look and all that. You're so worried about the here and now. I'm concerned about what happens 5 years from now, 10 years from now. What type of legacy are you leaving behind? Because I can tell you right now, like, out of all the kids that play basketball that I've coached, there's only, what, 13, 14 that are on a state championship banner right now. What does that mean? Like that's a legacy that they left. I'm glad that they were able to get there, and I'm glad that they were the team that did it because there were a lot of odds that they faced. There were a lot of things that they dealt with. They just never quit. And the beauty of all of those kids, every single one of them, they believed. They believed. They knew that I believed in them, but the other, I think, beautiful piece of this is that they believed in themselves. In essence, they gave themselves a chance. You should do the same thing. You should be able to wake up every morning with the thought of, today's a new day. I'm able to, I get the opportunity to go after something great today. I get the opportunity to accomplish a goal that I said I was going to set. I get the opportunity to face whatever this conflict is that's in front of me. I'm going to find a way to overcome it. And I'm going to learn more about myself and how I face certain things. And it's going to be the blueprint for how I move forward. I get to build who I am. I'm going to embrace the day. That should be the attitude that we have. But I also know that life is life. And sometimes life does not treat us the way we feel we should be treated. And I know that, especially at this point in time right now, some of us are really in dark spaces. There are a lot of us right now that are struggling mentally, physically, emotionally. We're trying to find the strength and the courage to stand strong, but we just feel like we can't. We've been looking around, waiting on the answers. We've been trying to stay patient. We've been trying to stay focused. But it seems like the more we do that, the more stressful situations we find. We find that we're easily distracted. We find that people are annoying and it's making us feel like no matter what we do, we just can't get anything done. And then we instantly shut down and we are one step away from just cutting off the power button and being like, you know what, I'm done playing this game. I'm through. I can't advance to the next level. But what if I told you that as difficult as it is, if you just took one more step, it changes the whole outcome of everything? See, a lot of people reach a certain point and then they quit, not realizing that the very next step that they take could be the actual breakthrough that they need. The key to opening up everything that they wanted to accomplish, the connections that need to be made, the promotion that needs to come, the goal that needs to be accomplished. Like that next step could open up so many doors of opportunity. And some of us will stop exactly where we are and never pick back up. And it's sad because we need you to accomplish that. We need to see people that look like us every single day accomplishing things that we didn't think were possible. We need to see people who are strong enough to say, I know that this looks tough, but I'm going to find a way to make it through. We need to see it. If we don't see it, we can't believe it. And maybe that's where you are right now. You haven't seen it around you, and you're the person tasked to break that curse. Maybe you're the person that's tasked to show people that it can be done. So I'm going to ask you to find it deep within yourself through prayer, through faith, through encouragement, and just through your strength to take the next step and give yourself a chance to be great, because it just might be the step that changes your life for the better. Please don't give up. It's vital. It's vital that we stay strong in these situations. It's vital that we take the time each day to just encourage ourselves. And sometimes you got to speak life over yourself. You know, if you're waiting on everybody else to encourage you, they'll come around to it when they feel like it. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. Maybe some people will talk down on you. But what do you think about you? When you look in the mirror, what do you see? When you see yourself, are you proud of who you are? Are you encouraged by what you see, or do you feel like you're just out here, not valuable, not producing, not providing anything? I don't think that's true, but you might be thinking that. So you got two choices. You could either stand there and dig deeper into that hole that you've created and be buried by all your negative thoughts, or you can start right where you are, exactly how you are, and be the rose that grows from concrete. Be the one that, although the petals might be a little damaged, they look at and go, you made it through the concrete, which in other words means you made it through some of the toughest battles. You made it through some of the darkest storms. And yet somehow, some way, that little ray of light that you had inside of you is now shining brighter than anything we've ever seen before. And it was simply because you found the strength to just believe in yourself. Just find one thing that strengthens you and build off of that. All it takes is one positive word to get you on the right track. Case in point, I remember I was having a day. I was at work and I was just kind of like tired and worn out. And this guy, I don't know who this person is, never seen him before in my life, just looked at me, said hi, and said he hoped that I had a great day. And for whatever reason, it changed my whole mood. It's just like simple things like that. It's the small things sometimes that we don't catch that really are the biggest pieces that we need to complete the puzzle. It's almost as if like God is just sending people along the way and just waiting for you to pay attention to it, to be like, all right, go ahead. Like, that's the piece I need you to get. Sometimes we get it, sometimes we don't. Sometimes we stress, sometimes we worry, sometimes we fear, sometimes we panic, and sometimes we run and hide. And that is not what we are made to be. I shared this story before. I'll share it again because I think it's very important to the topic of giving yourself a chance. About uh 3 months before my son was born, Um, I was sitting in this very room, which was an office before we turned it into his room. And I remember coming in here just in a state of worry and a state of anxiety. And I still struggle with it a little bit, but at the same time, like I'm working each day to get through it. But I was just in a really bad space. Mentally, I was hurt. Physically, I just felt like I didn't have enough. I felt like I was falling short of everything. I was trying to accomplish different things, and it just felt like I was falling short. So I came in here. I forget, it was close to midnight. I just started praying. And I probably prayed for like 15, 20 minutes. And just kept talking to God. Was like, look, I don't know how. I mean, people say that you talk to him directly. Some people say they see in a different thing. I don't know how you talk to me, Lord. I'm trying to find it. Sometimes I think this is it. Sometimes I think that's it. Lord, I just need you in this moment right now. I get done praying. I kind of sat there for a minute and I'm just like, I guess I just gotta wait. In the midst of the prayer, my phone had buzzed, but I didn't pay any attention to it. So I go grab my phone. And I look at my phone and it's the Bible app. And the Bible app usually, like, if I'm doing a plan or something like that, or if it's like, it'll tell me what I'm supposed to read today, or it'll say something like, oh, check out these plans or whatever. In this particular moment, I opened it up and all it said was, have I not commanded you, be strong and courageous? And it was at that moment I realized God was listening to me the whole time. And just that phrase, be strong and courageous, gave me everything I needed. And that next year, I ended up graduating grad school. I found a new job position. Um, I just felt like the things that I wanted to accomplish at that point were great. I think at that point, I might have started the podcast at that point too. Yeah, I did. I actually did. Or I was getting ready to. I think I was like in the final stages of putting it all together and then deciding like this is what I need to do. But it was like coming to life. And it was just crazy because in that moment I saw myself fading quickly. But then I looked to the one that I know that gives me my strength, and he gave me everything I needed. Just in that one phrase. I'm encouraging you to, if you need to pick that word up, you should do that. That'll definitely give you a chance. You pick that word up and you start reading these scriptures and you start seeing some of these stories and how people overcame and the David's versus Goliaths and things of that nature. Like you'll start to realize that like God designed you to be a successful human being, especially because he made you in his image. So if you're made in his image, then there is really no reason to ever doubt who you are or what you're supposed to become. You are beautifully and wonderfully made. You are exactly who you're supposed to be. No mistakes, no miscues or anything like that. You are who you are for a reason. And if you ever feel lost, remember, God will lead the 99 to get the one. So if you feel like you that one, all you got to do is say, God, come get me. I invite you in. Please come get me. I guarantee you he'll meet you right where you are. Mess or no mess, stress or no stress, depressed or no I was trying to rhyme, it didn't work. But you get what I'm saying. At the end of the day, if you need him, he got you, but you got to call on him. You got to do the work. He'll meet you where he is, though. Um, you know, I don't know. This thing has been on my mind. So I've just been seeing people who have just been doubting themselves lately. I just feel like this year has just been one of those years where it's been so up and down that we just really didn't know what to expect. But here's something to think about. You're in December. Where were you in January? What were you doing? What were you thinking about? What were some of your goals? What were some of the things that you wanted to go after? Now it's December and you're here now. The first thing you need to know is that if you look back at the year, you're looking at everything bad that happened to you. I want you to know that you survived it. You are undefeated in days that tried to defeat you. They couldn't. You're still standing. That's number one. Number two, and probably even more important, is that you still have a chance. You still have a chance to go do something great. You don't have to wait until January 1st to start new. You can start today and do something so amazing to the point where this could be the point where everything turns around. This could be the moment in your life where you look at it and you pinpoint and you say, man, today was the day where I said, I'm going to stop. looking at myself in such a negative light. I'm going to put on my full armor. I'm going to walk out in my courageous self under God's law, and I'm going to believe everything that he said about me, and I'm going to go live it. And then everything I do after that, because I know who I am and I know that the Father is with me, I got it all taken care of because I know who's directing my path. I know who put the air in my lungs. I know who gave me life today. That's got to count for something. Stuart Scott said it best. I remember he was going through his cancer treatments, and he was doing some like UFC training just to kind of get his wind going. And the reporter asked him and said, "How you feel?" He was like, "Man," he was like, "My chest hurting, like I'm just breathing hard." He said, "But you know what that means?" He goes, "That means I have life." And I was like, "Wow." He fought that thing to the end, man, but he gave himself a chance. There are people that wish they could trade their life with yours. There are people that watch you every day. They look at how you navigate. They look at what you say, what you do, how you act, who you talk to, how you carry yourself, how you stay encouraged, and they wish that they could have that. And the crazy part is that they see it in you every single day, but you have yet to look for it yourself. I challenge you to look deep within inside of you, to see what your strengths are, to see what God has blessed you with, to see what God has laid out for you, and then go after it. And then use the skills and the tools that you have to not only make this world a better place, to not only make the people that follow you, make them better leaders, but to strengthen you. You've been pouring into everybody else's cup. When are you going to take some time to invest in you? When are you going to take some time to speak life into you? When are you going to take time to encourage you? When are you going to take time for you? Prioritizing everybody else because you think they're more important. And there's nothing wrong with being selfless. I don't mind you going out and being encouraging to other people. But you better show love to you too. Because if you don't, then how are you going to be able to be successful toward everybody else, but you canceling out your own success because in your mind you think you're not good enough? Why don't you think on that and then realize that you need that encouragement too? Oh, my computer's about to die. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Had to give my computer a chance. Oh, dad joke. All right. Anyway, I want to wrap this up because, Christmas is coming up. You're going to be spending time with your families. I really hope you take the time to listen to this, though, but I want you to give yourself a chance. I want you to really look deep within yourself and know that, like, what you're doing is good. Like, you are a good person. You were made by God. So God don't make mistakes. He put you on this earth for a purpose. You have a purpose. You have something that the world needs that was put inside of you. And the only way that we're going to be able to experience it or see it is if you decide to look within yourself and open the gift that was given to you. You have to give yourself a chance. You have to. Do not quit on you. Stop being a bully to you. Stop thinking that who you are right now is not good enough, because if you focusing on, well, I did this in my past and I was this and I was that, we don't claim that. You went through that. I get it. If you have a repenting heart, if you are willing to change your ways, if you are willing to get back on the straight and narrow path, if you are willing to follow God through everything, to cut off the distractions that you don't need, to make the sacrifices that you need to make in order to be successful. If you do those things and you give it all to God, you can lay every burden down at the cross, and you can look up to the cross and see his arms extended, blood pouring, and that blood is covering everything that you've gone through. And those arms are extended wide to show you that he gave up his life for you. He gave himself up so you could have a chance to be great. So why would you not give yourself a chance? The next time you look at that cross, I want you to look deep at it. Don't look at the figure on it. Look at the cross and understand exactly what that means. That symbol means that you have a chance to do something amazing in this life because God gave it to you. He wants you to be strong and courageous. He wants you to carry on. He wants you to walk the path. He wants you to stay strong. He wants you to go after all these things and be really, really good at it. Make sure you keep them first. And whatever you do, don't forget who he is and what he can do. Don't you dare give up on yourself. And with each day that you get, one step, one foot in front of the other, please, please, please give yourself a chance. To that person who's watching this right now, who's feeling like giving up on everything, including themselves and possibly life, I'm telling you right now, you are one step away from greatness. All I ask is that you give yourself another chance. Give yourself a chance today. Go do something amazing. Go be great. Because I know who the creator is, and I know that he made you to be great. So go do that. Y'all go be great, man. Have a safe and blessed holiday. Give yourself a chance to be great. Remember this always, that I believe in you. God believes in you. I make sure you go believe in yourself, all right? It's the Overthinking Thoughts Pod and my dope Urban Royalty Thread sweatshirt. And as always, we out.
These thoughts up in my head. Things I never did. I took some L's, but I'm still here. I got these thoughts up in my head. I toss and turn about some things I never said. I got regrets about some things I never did. I took some risks and took some L's, but I'm still here. And I know. And I know. And I know.